Find the natural domain and corresponding range of g of f of x if f of x is the square root of x plus 3 and g of x is negative 1 over x plus 2. So let's start with x and put it into the function f. What comes out of there is the square root of x plus 3. If we then input that into g, what we get is negative 1 over the square root of x plus 3 plus 2. So we might write that as g of f of x is 2 take away 1 over the square root of x plus 3. When we're considering the domain, let's think about input into x plus 3 first. We know we can't have a negative under the square root, so that would suggest that x is greater than or equal to negative 3. However, we're not allowed to have a 0 on the bottom of this fraction. If we input the value negative 3 into the square root of x plus 3, we get 0. So we can't have greater than or equal to, we can only have greater than. There should be no other problems with this. So the domain is that x is all reals, but it has to be greater than negative 3. Remember, it can't be equal to negative 3 because that would make the denominator 0. Now let's consider the range. And first of all, let's think about this fraction here. When x is a very, very large number, as x tends to infinity, the square root of x plus 3 will tend to infinity. So 1 over the square root of x plus 3 will tend to 0, and therefore g of f will tend to 2. If we think about when x is close to negative 3, the denominator here is going to tend to 0. So the square root of x plus 3 tends to 0 means that 1 over the square root of x plus 3 tends to infinity. So we can have 2 take away, essentially, infinity. So from 2, we can go downwards as far as we like. We can't actually take the value 2, of course, because this is always going to be 2 take away something. So we think about the range, that's going to be reals, and y is going to be less than 2. It can't be less than or equal to 2, but as discussed, the fractional part can tend to infinity, and therefore we can have 2 take away very, very large numbers, so it can go all the way down from 2.